Hey guys, Bethany Drew here with Stampin' Up! In Valparaiso, Indiana. And I feel like it just got a little darker. I think we were getting some cloud coverage. But I'm excited to show you today the Pretty Perennial stamp set. I was very sad to see that this stamp set didn't make it in the new catalog. Now, I can't say for sure if this is retiring yet. All of the product in our mini catalog is good through June 30th. So it is not retiring yet. I know that's kind of confusing this year because our new big catalog, annual catalog, is coming earlier than normal. That will start May 4th. But so anything in the mini catalog that I have shown you and done videos on, that's all good through the whole month of June, I believe. And so this Pretty Perennial is one that you can still order this month in May and in June. But I don't see it in the annual catalog, so that you just never know if that means they're retiring it or they might still have it available, but often it doesn't sell as well when you don't see it in the catalog. So, but it's a really pretty set. Before that, I'm going to do a little walkthrough the catalog. I'm going to try to do a fast one. I just kind of wanted to spotlight some of my favorite things going. Hey, Chris. Thanks for joining me. So I'm going to try to do a quick little walkthrough. You know, these are Wednesdays. They can be crazy days. In fact, I had to go back to the grocery store just for onions after we made a ham on Easter, and I was going to make the scalloped potatoes and eggs for dinner tonight. And one of my sons even went with me. We got a ton of groceries. I hate when I go to the grocery store and I forget one thing. I forgot it on the list, and I love having, I need onions in that dish. So I ran back to the grocery store just for onions. I hate when I do that. But here we are. Yay, Teresa, hi. Glad you found me too. I know I feel like it's getting a little trickier, but so these are crazy Wednesdays, but I told my husband too, I know it's a crazy day, but it's also kind of nice for me to just tell the boys, all right, this is mommy's break, and try to get what school you can done on your own. I have an early riser who gets it done already in the morning before most of the boys are awake. You know how that goes. All of our children are made very differently, aren't they? So without talking anymore, I want to walk through the catalog first just to show you, because it was a long list, but a lot of stuff is on sale. There's dies and punches that are anywhere from 20 to 75% off. So I don't want you to miss out on some of that stuff, because it's all good stuff. You can't go wrong, but you might as well at least look at the sale stuff too. Now, anything on sale usually goes really fast. So I can't even tell you the things I'm showing you. I'm so sorry if you try to order it and it's gone already, because all of these things that are retiring are while supplies last. So I cannot guarantee any of it is there, especially the things that are on sale. Accessories and ribbons and the gem, those kinds of things go really fast. And there are some things that are 60 and 70 and 75% off. So those things usually go really fast. So I'm warning you that some of the things that I show may already be gone. I try to look back at inventory, but it's hard. It's changing so quickly when we've got the retired list. So, but let's look at that quick, and I'll show you some of my favorites that are retiring. Okay, I got lots of colors to show you because it's fun to have lots of colors with our flower stamp sets. Sorry, trying to get that straight. Okay, so a quick walkthrough. The jar of flowers is staying, but almost all the paper, not all of the paper, but almost all the paper is retiring. So if you like the paper, I think the paper is on sale. I made little sticky pad notes on the top here for stuff I wanted to highlight to you. Both the umbrella sets, so that match with the umbrella punch, that is retiring. That umbrella punch is really cute. I don't think I'm ready to get rid of the umbrella punch because it's so adorable. I love it. I have some examples that I wanted to show you. This geared up garage, I don't think I'm going to sell this one either because it's a crate, because I have all boys. So I don't want to let go of this one. Here are some cards I've made with the Geared Up Garage. Here's even a girl card, you know, Mary Kay. So I'm thinking of my mom and Val and Amy. There's a few friends that I know that sell Mary Kay, and they earn their pink cars. Made me think of that one. The dies that match with this set are so cool. I love the gears, and the dies cut out a lot of the cars. Here's a bridge card that I had made for my husband. To the best dad, all geared up to celebrate, and you're a classic. That was when we had specialty paper. Look who's turning 49. Best dad, so great Father's Day card. Here was another bridge card that I made a Happy Father's Day card. So great boy set. And that is retiring. And the stamp set itself is on sale for $18.90. So it is like 20% off, I think. So that's a good one. This one I can't believe they're retiring this one. We had a tree set that lasted for years and years. I thought they would make this last for a long time too, because classic, rooted in nature trees and bark kind of stuff. And leaves in there too that are so pretty. This is when I have more than 10 cards made with a stamp set, you know, it is one of my favorites, and it's a classic. And all these dies cut out the trees. I love all the sayings. Words are never enough. You are wonderful. So that you can have birthday, you can have thinking of you, be strong. You are wonderful. I love all the different colors you can use with the leaves. I think this was a swap card someone made. So this set is going, the bundle, the dies. I think the dies are on sale. I will kind of skim through the die pages to show you which ones are on sale. Let's see. I'm not showing you all the stamp sets because I don't want to take all day here, but this is one of my favorite. This big Magnolia is gorgeous. I love this set. It's so pretty so here I made red flowers. You can color it in with your blends. Leave some space white. Here stamped on purples and on designer paper. This one I embossed white on white and then watercolored in the colors. It's a purple one. There's stamped on crumb cake, and we had really pretty paper that went with it. For a time when it first came out, that's a beautiful set. And oftentimes it's the words too that go along with it. So it matches with these dies. I love the little border thing. And it's got a thinking of you, a hello. So there's some good sentiments in there too. This other umbrella one is retiring. Let's see what is. Oh, I couldn't even pull out because I use this on so many cards, and because it's a word set, I've used it with like almost every stamp sentiment or stamp set images that I have. So this is well said. I'm so sad this is retiring. I will not sell this because it's got every kind of occasion you can think of, and the dies are on sale too. So it's got retirement, you make me smile, just because, know that love, prayers, and caring surround you today. So it's got, you know, thinking of you, praying for you, you mean the world to me. Oh my goodness, it's got everything you need. So sad that that's going. But I know they have more stuff that I'm gonna buy. The snow front and almost all the different sentiment or stamps that look like this. So there was snow front, there was a waterfront, there was my meadow or meadow something. All of those are retiring. They're very pretty sets. I think I pulled out cards that I made. Yeah. Oh, you should see my room. I've got cards all over the place. So this is a great, this one just has images, so you can use any other, either Christmas or birthday, because I love this little snow front, all the stamps. It's got the mountains in there, and the tree. So you can make some really pretty scenes with your blending brushes, sponging. I liked the little cabin front card. So some great winter cards that could be birthday, Christmas, or anything, any occasion. It could be thinking of you, sympathy. So love that set. I know we're doing this fast. The Winter Woods one, that's retiring too. I loved that one, and that matches with dies as well. There is some stuff in this whole suite that's going. So one thing I'm kind of surprised that this didn't sell better, because the Ornate Garden specialty paper, it's gorgeous. It's such pretty paper. I think I showed that even before the catalog came out. Was $15. It's on sale for $6, guys. So that's one thing. I don't know if it's already gone. I bet it maybe is, because it was such pretty paper. But in this suite, this stamp set is staying in the catalog. However, the border dies are retiring. And then this stamp set is retiring, and it's going to be gone. But they're keeping these dies, which I'm so glad, because I use these dies a lot in my cards to dress up a card. Where are those cards? I had a whole stack of cards that was made with those. Where do they go? All right, well, if I find them later, I'll show you. Moving on. Now they are keeping these dies, which I'm so glad, because I think you see I use these dies a lot in my cards. They had all these fun little shapes, and then all those scalloped rectangles. So great dies. I'm glad they're keeping them. But this stamp set is going, and this has like all occasions. I love it. I have used that a lot. And again, that's one I have mixed with other stamp sets too, but it's great. This sentiment is great with any kind of designer paper you just want to showcase. Your friendship is a blessing. It's got a little hello baby, sending healing hugs. This could be birthday or anniversary, the wishing you much happiness today and always. I love the your friendship is a blessing, because that could be any occasion. That could be a thank you, a birthday, thinking of you, sympathy, it could be anything. This calls for confetti is also in there. I've used that on some birthday cards. I can't thank you enough is there as well. And I've used that one a lot too. So that stamp set is going, is that one on sale? No. Because I think it was probably a really good seller, so I'm not sure why that's retiring. This one is retiring as well. It has some fun background type of stuff. And I don't think I'm going to sell this one either, because I still have this out. I've kept this one out. Sending you a paper hug. Know that I love and care about you. I love that sentiment. I'm sad that they're retiring that. They're retiring this one. I have lots of cards, but I forgot to bring those out. I love this country home set. This and Harvest Hellos. Those two are both retiring. So again, get those while you can. This set, I'm so sad. This one of the $1 Million Achievers, Rhonda Wade, put this set together, or helped design this set, and I love this set. Again, this is another one I don't think I can let go of. I love the You Are My Sunshine. You got this. P.S. I love you. I love this Let Your Faith Be Bigger Than Your Fear sentiment. Another You Are My Sunshine. So I think I showed, oh, and Make Today Ridiculously Awesome. I have put that on some of my birthday cards. That one's staying, yay. The whales are staying, yay. There is stuff staying. Oh, kind of sad. The dinosaurs are going. Bye, dinosaurs. Here I made a cute, look who hatched. A baby card. Congratulations on a baby. You're roarsome. Thanks for being a friendosaurus. You're roarsome. You're roarsome. Could you tell I like that one? This one I put your roarsome. So I added with a little alphabet set and added the scarf on there with the dinosaur. And this was probably the sentiment why I got this one. And I've already mailed out a lot with this sentiment. This says, I love you this much. And he says, it's more than it looks. The little T-Rex with his tiny little arms. That one makes me laugh. So again, I'm not sure if I can let go of that one either. Darn it. I try to be good about letting stuff go. This beautiful friendship one is going. It's a beautiful, beautiful set. I did pull out, here I made a little wreath with some of the smaller flowers, and that is almost a wintry wreath, Christmas cheer. So Very Happy to Know You is in there. I made these different colored just with that smaller rose there. Can you see that? Here, with that smaller rose. I love this big cluster of the two roses. This one says, So Very Happy to Know You. Here, that flower stamped in black and the granite, or gray granite gray, whatever. Use it to stamp a big background. Here's sponging over a lighter color to make it multicolor. I love Our Beautiful Friendship. I do love the sayings on this one, and this cluster of flowers that looks like a hydrangea kind of. So that one is going. Gonna be gone. This one is going too. I have some cards with that, but I didn't pull those out. Bloom and Grow, and that matched with some dies. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe, guys, this Arrange a Wreath stamp set. I can't believe that's retiring. This one is awesome. I love the stamp of the wreath, but even more so the dies that make these pretty ornate wreaths, but so easily because you're just cutting it out with your die cutting machine. When we had the red velvet, I made the red poinsettias. So pretty. You can make them on all occasions. So there's fall stuff, spring stuff. There's the bird that you could do spring or winter with, you know, partridge in a pear tree. Merry Christmas. So that was going. Crazy. I'm telling you, they always let go of plenty. That means that they're coming out with lots of great stuff too. I didn't have time to find all the cards that I made with some of these backgrounds, but lots of the background stamps are retiring. The birch one is retiring. The camouflage is retiring. I used this chicken wire one a lot, and the buffalo check, that's probably the one I've used the most. That one is retiring. I'm so sad because I love that one. Okay, so designer paper, yes, a lot of it's on sale. The Artistry's on sale for $9.20. So when you just look up paper, you can find the sale prices, or if you look in the retiring list, I know there's a lot of things listed. The Flowers for Every Season is on sale for $6.90, so that's almost half off. $9.20. Now, yay, praise the Lord. I love this In Good Taste. That is staying in the new catalog. So excited that that's staying because it's such great classic tile and wood and like textile pictures. Here's the one I was telling you about. The Ornate Garden is on sale for $6. The Peonies on sale for $7. All the rest of this paper is retiring. Some of it's not on sale. The Whale of a Time and The World of Good, all that paper is retiring. So these are retiring too. Flowers for Every Season, The Memories of More cards and envelopes. I did a class and showed how to make some cute cards with those. Pairing that. So right now they're on sale for $8.80, and this gives you, I think it's 10 cards. Okay, so 10 cards and envelopes for only $8.80. That's awesome. And if you pair it with these cards, which used to be $11, and now they're only $4.40, guys. These Memories and More pieces. So if you're a scrapbooker and a card maker, look at this. Oh, Chris, I just saw that you called. Stamp It Up. Thank you. So with these cards, envelopes, and then simply putting in some of those pieces, you can make some really simple, and I love that it's got matching envelopes. I've already sent out some of these that I made, but You Are My Sunshine, just add a couple of the stickers from the Memories and More pack. Really sweet and simple You Are My Sunshine. Again, using the designer paper in the pieces. If you wanted to step it up and you have some dies, and this was with the sunflower set, kind of matching it with. So those are on sale too. So check out the Memories and More pieces. The World of Good, that is on sale for $4.40 too. So those Memories and More. I'm not even gonna go through, but a lot of the gems, the rhinestones, there is a lot more on sale there too. Punches, guys. The Duo Butterfly Duet is going. The Small Flower is going. Guys, they probably will come back with some circle punches. I cannot imagine them not coming back with those because circle punches are so classic. But those are retiring. So if you don't have a circle punch, I would grab one, at least, of them. A lot of these punches are on sale right now. So the Timeless label is on sale for $14. Classic label for $14. The Banner Triple Punch, I have all of these. The Scallop Tag Topper, I'm not going to sell some of these because they're so classic. The Dog one, the Perennial Flower, is on more than half off. The Umbrella one is on sale for $7.20. The Vases one is on sale for $7.20, and the Apple Builder. So some crazy prices for some of our punches. A lot of those punches are staying. Let's see, some of these, the flowering dies, the whole set was $31. It's on sale for $7.75. Again, don't count on that one being there yet, but it's always worth a try to plunk in the number and see. The Many Medallions is on sale for $20, $24. That gives that background. These ornate borders that cut out those borders are on sale for $13.60. Oh my goodness, so worth it to just grab it, even if you only use it for a few cards, because they are fun borders. This set here too is on sale for $13.60. Was $34. And guys, lots more dies. The Budding Blooms that matched with one of the other stamp sets on sale for $8.25. That's crazy. The dinosaur ones, the dies are on sale for $14. Okay, so when you look through some of the dies, there's a lot of them on sale. The Garage Gears that I love, they were $33. They're on sale for $26.40. These ones, I think I have an example of something cut out, but I didn't finish it. Lasting Elegance. They were $34 and they're on sale for $8.50. Oh my goodness. Here's one. I've used it and I sent them to cards, but here's one where I just laid it over some of our celebration paper and cut it out in white. So that's a fun one to just lay over designer paper and then just add a sentiment, and you can make quick, simple cards with that. And for $8.50, oh my goodness. You might as well try it out, right? The layering ovals and layering squares, wow, I don't know why they're retiring those. Another shocker is these stitch shapes. I use these stitch shapes all the time. Probably the circles and the squares the most. The circles probably the most. I use those all the time. So I don't know why those are retiring, and I'm so sad. I'm not gonna sell these. The stitched nested dies are also retiring. They're on sale for $28. So they were $35. So there are just a few things. More embossing folders are retiring. Some of them are on sale. Okay, that was my, whew. Are you sweating yet? I am. Who knew looking through a catalog could make me sweat? But there's a lot retiring, so make sure to check out those lists, see what's available. If you order with this hostess code, I did mention on my live video, just the description. If you use this hostess code by Saturday, so that gives you, today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 more days. By Saturday night, I will give you the supplies to make one of the cards that I show you today. So now what you've been waiting for, some stamping. I know that was a lot of just breezing through and looking show and tell. I got this set because I love how the dies coordinate with the stamp set. The dies are usually what get me. There are a lot of die options with this, and I love being able to mix and match words too. So it has the sending lots of happy. It's got happy birthday. You could say you make me happy. You could say sending, just color in the sending, sending happy mail or sending happy mail for you. So lots of different ways you can use those words. Here's just a few examples that they put together. And I'm going to show you a few more. So you guys ready to stamp? So this is a bundle. If you like just the stamp set, I will be showing you an easy couple cards that you could make with just the stamp set if you don't have a die cutting machine. But if you love the dies and you see bundle price, always make sure if you like the dies and the stamp set that you find the bundle price, because that gives you 10% off. So the Pretty Perennials stamp set and the dies together, you use a different number. Use 156234, and that's just $45 because it gives you 10% off, which is awesome. Love it. We, Stampin' Up! Knows we love deals, right? So here's my first just kind of show and tell, because this is a really easy, I did cut a piece of white, the basic white cardstock, and then I just stamped this in Magenta Madness, in Gorgeous Grape, in the Bumblebee, and Coastal Cabana colors. And isn't that bright and happy? Doesn't that just make you happy? I love it. And sending lots of happy. This could be just a just because card, a happy birthday card. I just love it. And this is totally one layer, except I did stamp the sending lots of on a black piece of paper. So that's the only additional piece of paper sticking up. And then I sponged in the Magenta Madness around. So I love, look at all these dies. It's crazy. There's so many dies that go with it. I love it. And I think I left the one that cuts out the big flower. But these flowers and all the little pieces, you have little centers that you can put in the middle of the flowers. So you can just do a lot of stuff with these flowers. It's fun. And you also have the option to just use the watercolored. So that's what I did here. Or I'll show you, there's also another little layer of shading. So like a watercolored look and then an outline to it. So I'll show you another simple card. Let's do a simple one. So just starting with a piece of paper cut at 4 by 5 1/4 so that you can have a little 1/4 inch around the front of your card. And I'm gonna make, so this one's going up and down. I'm gonna make this one go sideways here. And I'm gonna stamp Happy Birthday in black, I think. So on this one, I'm gonna stamp the happy first, just so I know right where it is. Because I'm stamping it black, it really isn't too bad to, like, it won't be the end of the world if one of my flowers overlaps the happy. Happy, and I think I'll use birthday. Let's see. Do I want to stamp that? I'll still do that one in black too. I could do that in a color, but I'm not exactly sure as I'm planning this what happy, where do I want to tuck this? There, happy birthday. Okay, so I stamped this one in black, where this one I used sending lots of happy, and I used that in the magenta, the happy. Let's use, I'm gonna use yellow and the petal pink, so some bright and light colors. And instead of using a bunch of the flowers, I think I'm just going to, with this one, keep it real simple. I'm going to use one of the smaller flowers, and we're not going to stamp it all over the place. Although, I don't know, sometimes I get a little stamp happy. I think I want to keep the cluster of flowers here. I love this, the shape of this flower too. I'm going to stamp off and do one up here. Let's do that again. I'm actually stamping on a foam mat, because sometimes it's helpful to use the foam mat one got a little overlapped. That's fine. You know what I say? It's stamped with love, right? Oop, I just stamped that in the pink color. I want to do another one in the yellow. We'll do it all the way over here, just a little corner. So I'm keeping them mostly the yellow. Okay, so I used Daffodil Delight. I'm gonna actually use the Bumblebee color to do the outline of that flower. All right, so now I need to find the outline one. Here it is. Now it's okay if you don't get it perfectly, but to find the shape, this is probably one of the reasons why they're letting it go, to be honest, but because you do have to do a little bit of figuring out, okay, on this petals, they aren't exactly the same, but it really doesn't matter either if you get it off. But I try to look for the shape of it, and I think, okay, there's one that's a little bit taller there, so I'm going to keep that one on the top there. Okay, so there's some fun in the outline of it. I don't think there's an outline for the big one or the bigger one, but we still could put a little cluster of something in the center. Well, you know what? I'm going to use Calypso Coral to put a little cluster, especially since, oh my goodness. This is where it would help me if I had made this my paper the same size as my foam mat. It's messing me up there, people. All right. There you go. And you could keep that on white paper, or you could put it on a colored paper, which I think I'm going to put it on the petal pink. Are you guys still there? Oh man. My Facebook almost said finish, but I did not click on it. Okay, good. I don't know what happened there. It almost finished on me. I hope my connection's okay. You guys can hear me all right, right? I hope so. Gotta love technology, right guys? Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, now I'm gonna take a sponge, and another mental note, guys, I cannot believe they are retiring the sponges. What is up with that? I know we've got the blending brushes, but I love the sponges. It's just a different texture, especially for this, sponging around the edge. Sponging is a great, and again, you could use your blending brushes if they don't have sponges anymore. But most of us who've been around have plenty of sponges, don't we? Because they're awesome. But sponging is just a fun little technique to make another layer of color, simply. So this is totally one layer. I didn't add any extra paper. There we go. Now, if I wanted to add a little extra color, I could add, you know, some ribbon around the top or around the side of it. But isn't that pretty? Just one layer and just a couple colors. So this one's a lot more colors. This one was just some yellows and pinks. Thank you. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how you can make a real easy card. So this is for beginners. I like to start easy because I don't want to overwhelm you. If you're just starting out stamping, you can get a stamp set and make some pretty things. And always look for, on Pinterest, just look up the stamp set and you can find lots of great ideas. Now, if I wanted to also add a little bit of bling, our Wink of Stella glitter brushes are awesome. If I just brush over the center of the flower here, I'll just do the centers of the yellow flowers too. It just adds a little bit of sparkle. I don't know if you can see that through my camera or not, but it adds just a little bit of extra sparkle on there too. So that's kind of a fun thing to add onto a card, especially when it doesn't have as many layers. Okay, so that's super easy, quick, and fast. And that's not using a die cutting machine at all, but still pretty and fun. Okay, well, now I'm gonna show you a card where I've cut out pieces. Now I'll tell you, this can be overwhelming when you see this many dies and you're like, oh. So I'm gonna tell you something that I do. Typically, when I have my stamp set out, I'll just stamp a bunch of the colors and the flowers in different colors. And then I've just got a bunch of flowers to work with. So I did cut out some or I stamped some in purples and pinks. I'll show you, I've got a pile over here. Here's just some of them. But I've got a pile over here of some leaves and extra flowers that I just cut out over here to have ready for cards. So you could have another little container that you have of already like pre-cut pieces. But for me, once I've got the stamp set out, it's fun to just cut out a bunch of pieces and have them ready to go for a card. And when you do them in a lot of different colors, then you're ready to put together whatever card you feel like. But I know some people who just like to create one card at a time, and you might want to make it personal for somebody, but you know, flowers, you can't go wrong with any color you make flowers, right? Okay, so I'm using some of the designer paper. This is Daffodil Delight. I'm gonna go along at least the corners here with my seal. So this is kind of a fun way to step it up. So I'm using my thick white cardstock. I'm using some designer paper to add just a little bit more pop of that color. And then to use your die cutting machine, guys, I think this wood plank one is retiring too. I am not gonna sell my wood plank embossing folder. Love this folder. Okay, so because I embossed on that, I'm gonna take dimensionals and I'll just pop that up. And guys, embossing folders are just so awesome. You just put it in the folder, roll it through the Big Shot, and then it imprints that embossed image on your paper. It's just so cool. You just can't beat that. It's fast, and then it looks so professional because it's got that texture to it. I love it. Okay, so because I had Daffodil Delight designer paper, I did want to have some Daffodil, and I did stamp some of the littler flowers in Daffodil Delight. I've got some purple flowers, a couple purple, and a pink one in the big flower. And then I stamped a bunch of the little white flowers here. Now these are fun. We've got this piece that could also go over the big flower, but I liked this little piece too. That you could cut those out in the same color you stamped in. Here I've cut some out in white. So I'm gonna add some glue dots underneath these and add them to my flowers. And we'll add a little extra bling on these too. Let's see, how do I even want to line that up? I don't even think it matters where you line these up. But this is the fun of the dies, right? Because you guys know, you get so excited and all of a sudden you can layer more and more, and the die cutting machine did all that, the heavy lifting work for you, right? So I love when even these intricate dies, it's nice that they've got a center that I can just add a glue dot, because then it's fast and easy to glue it on there. You don't have to think about your fine tip glue pen or anything. Put those down. Right, and then I'm gonna add, let's see, I brought over, these were in one of the hearts suites with lots of hearts and love, one of the love suites. I'm gonna add some of these black in the center. I'm trying to think if I should do 3. I think on the purple ones, I'm gonna do a little cluster of 3. And isn't that cool with pastel and bright colors, how, and then I used white, but how a little bit of black really makes those colors pop. That one wanted to stick to it. I'm just gonna do a big one in the pink flower, and then I'll do some more, a cluster of 3 in the purple. So isn't that fun how just adding a little bit of a pop of, yeah. That's not what that's supposed to do. There we go. How much bold, and that just makes those flowers pop out even more. Isn't that pretty? Now, if you want to take a bone fold or two and you can kind of scuff up or distress the edges, that also, because you've cut them out and you're going to add, this adds more dimension anyhow, it's kind of fun. Another way to do that than just your fingers is using your bone folder, kind of holding your thumb on that bone folder and kind of scraping the edges of the flower around it. That gives it some texture. I'm gonna flip that side up. There. All right. So those flowers, I'm just kind of, I'm not sure where I want the flowers to be yet here. I cut out a bunch of these in different colors, but I think I want to use the old olive. So I'm going to tuck those under there somewhere with glue dots. Probably one coming down and one going up, I'm thinking. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so because I like where the leaves are, for now I'm just going to put a glue dot on the stem. I might end up putting another one on there, but put one there. And one of the leaves coming down to the bottom. Aren't these pretty, these leaves? They add so much detail. There we go. All right, the next ones I'll do, because I think I can fill in the little flowers, I will put my bigger flowers down. So I'm just gonna put one, a regular dimensional. I have little glue dot pieces all over my pants here. Okay, so one of the bigger purple flowers there. Let's see, do I want it to go pink? Yes. I think that I want the pink one to be in the middle, kind of in the middle, whatever you would call that. And another purple one down here. Let's see, I think I want the pink to be on top. Is that pretty coming together? And just pieces that, again, the advantage of having the dies, because you can pop up so many different layers and different colors when you've got the dies. All right, so I'm gonna add a few of these little yellow flowers now. I'm putting them on little mini dimensionals. Oh, see guys, isn't this so much more fun than cooking or dusting or cleaning? Cleaning's so overrated, right? I'm gonna put that one underneath. Although in my Bible study, I have been challenged by just remembering to be thankful for all, you know, when I'm doing the dishes, that I'm thankful that I've got a family to feed, and when I'm doing my laundry, praying for and thinking of my kids who make me laugh, and to think about praying for them while I do the laundry. Good reminders that, you know, especially I know my boys won't be in this house forever, so good reminders to have better attitudes about all the cleaning that happens and needs to be done. When I whine a little bit to my boys of, why am I cleaning the pee off the toilets, right? I'm the only one who doesn't pee on the toilet seat. But cleaning with a cheerful heart and being a servant. Most of the time, I love serving my family, most of the time. But I need an attitude check every once in a while too. All right. I feel like I want to put something in the middle. I got all kinds of goodies in here. Oh, wait. Wait a second. I think these might actually be staying, these pastel pearls. Because I got purple in here, I think I'm going to add this lightest purple on these flowers. Now, when you are putting dimension like this, these pearls, and I've already popped up the little flowers, you do want to make sure to add a layer, like sometimes I try to add a layer of paper towel or something on the card. Well, that's happened to me twice now. Stick to the thing. What?
Can we do water balloons?
You found that bag in the mudroom?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a special thing to fill it up?
Yeah.
In there? I suppose you can do that outside. Don't hit anyone in the face, okay? You have to say those kinds of things when you have boys. They just asked if they could play with water balloons. Ooh, isn't that pretty? So send that to someone special. You didn't have to add the extra bling, but adding those little extra pearls just adds some extra shine. And then I don't want to cover up too much of these flowers because they're so pretty. So what I'll do, what do we see here? I'll probably just use the For You. And then you could do whatever kind of image you want on the inside, or what kind of saying. Now, if you have these flowers too, like I did these in Highland Heather. So just thinking, I'm trying to be better about when you have the stamp set out, do something for the inside of your card. So there's that, and here's the little yellow flower. There, just a few of those flowers in the corner just adds a little bit of love to the inside of your card, no matter what you end up wanting it to be. All right, and I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna stamp, you guys have seen me do this many times, the Whisper White Craft Pad. What's the name of this set? This is Pretty Perennials, Chris. This one is in the mini catalog, Pretty Perennials.
Do you know where my swimsuit is?
It's in the laundry room. Colt might have to reach it, honey. It's up high. Oh, they're getting their swimsuits on, everything. This is serious. Colt, your swimsuits are in the laundry room, in the closet. Colt went outside? Okay, we'll ask him to help you. There's going to be more of these days, guys, as the weather gets warmer. I don't think Colt has even finished his school. Colt was my one. His birthday is on Friday, so I will have a 10-year-old. Oh my goodness. My third born son is going to be 10. Crazy. But he came with me to the grocery store, so he did pick a few extra things too. Because it was his birthday coming soon. But that was also a couple hours he wasn't doing a school, and he's my one that doesn't really like school very much. It's hard to get, he wants breaks in between like every problem. Okay, so I stamped that with the white craft, and I'm gonna put that tuck that right there for you. And isn't that cute? Again, with the little pop of the black, with the white on the black for the sentiment, just finishes the ensemble so well, doesn't it? Love it. So there's a little bit more doing it up with your dies. There's so much fun you can do with the dies. So I did want to do at least, I'm gonna do a couple more. Where did I put my, here's my layer. Let me rinse off my cards, because I'm going to even show you using these flowers just as like a background too can be fun and pretty. So doing the combo, using them as a background, but also using the dies. Because don't forget that almost every stamp set that you have, whether it's flowers or whatnot, you can use the images for the background and have a lot of fun with it. All right, so this is Coastal Cabana. Now you're gonna have to get the set, yeah. It is a pretty set, Chris. I love it. I knew I wanted it when I saw it, and one of the $1 Million Achievers, again, this is one of the ones she designed, and I just thought it was such a classic set. I'm really surprised Stampin' Up! Didn't keep this one. All right, so I'm just gonna stamp some of these flowers in a couple places here. So this is color on color, Coastal Cabana. Some of these fun little dots. I don't know what flower that's supposed to be, but when I showed you this one, there is, with that little dotted one, there is a little stem piece that you can line up. And this is why this is a photopolymer set, because something like that, this piece, it's really nice that it's photopolymer, totally clear, and you can see right where you're stamping it, which is nice. I didn't do that one on this card, but this is nice and easy, and you can just use the little dots and don't worry about lining it up. Here I'll even use just the little center thing. Doesn't have to be on the flowers. It could just be a fun little background design. We're going happy with the designs here. Where's the other cute little? We'll do that flower too. Because it's color on color, you can really go all out. I'll do that little flower. That's a cute little one. That one's great for the center of the flowers when you're stamping them, but how cute is it on its own? Great for a little background. All right. So isn't that a fun little background? So that's just Coastal Cabana stamped on Coastal Cabana. And then let me see if my happy fits on this. This is the second largest stitch die. And again, they're retiring these and I don't know why. I don't know why. Why would they retire these? Okay. Here's a bunch of my already cut out stamped things. So I thinking I might want to contrast with the pinky ones. I do have some, no, I don't want to use the Coastal Cabana. Okay, so I think that is a little magenta madness in the centers of those flowers, so I'm gonna stamp the happy in the magenta. It's a bright and happy color. I love it. Happy. So that would fit, more of it would fit on the biggest circle, stitched circle. But again, I didn't want to cover up too much of the background here because it's just so fun. And actually, if you can see that when I cut this out, it was on the very edge of the paper. And so I'm going to probably purposely trim that off even a little bit more when I pop that up, if that makes sense. So don't throw away pieces if it doesn't cut out perfectly and you're like, oh shoot, that went off the edge of the paper. No, it's still good paper. In fact, I am going to stick it right here. And then all I have to do is turn it over, and on that edge that it didn't get perfectly, where'd my scissors go? Oh, here they are. Now I'll just make it look like I meant to have it a little bit flat there. See, I did that on purpose. You can always fix a mistake or when something kind of you feel like goes wrong. Okay, with this one, these flowers, I think I do want to stamp, because I just sponged the magenta, I'm going to stamp that little center piece in magenta too. This is fun. You guys having fun? You stamping with me? Or are you wishing you were stamping with me? There. So now, when I colored these, I inked them up in petal pink, and then I used a little sponge dauber and inked right on the stamp. I'll show you actually. Let me show you what I did real quick. Get some scrap paper here. I'll show you with these exact colors, in fact. Okay, so let me stamp that off. Okay, so I started with my petal pink, which is under this stack of inks. So my petal pink, such a pretty color. Oh guys, Teresa and Chris, aren't you so excited for your pre-orders to come? Mine is supposed to come Friday. That's not tomorrow, but the next day. So I'm gonna have fun on Colt's birthday too. Oh shoot, I just did that and then I didn't do what I told you I was gonna do. People, I'm not thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna ink it up in petal pink. Before I ink it down, I'm just talking away, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. I was talking about the pre-order and I totally forgot what I was doing. Okay, so I'm taking a sponge dauber and I'm sponging right on the magenta. And because this is a darker color, it's fine. It's not gonna hurt my sponge or anything. I'm going in little bit circles. Okay. And then I will stamp down my flower. And that is a fun way to get kind of a two-tone multicolor on your stamp. So ink it up in the lighter color first, and then in the center, or if you want to do around the edges even, use your darker color to just sponge over. Sponge daubers are probably the best way to go there. And then, just for fun, we'll do that center again too. So isn't that fun? There's so many different ways you can color your stamps. That's why I love it. And if you're not a watercolor, these are perfect because you just stamp it in a color and have fun coloring them. All right, so these I kind of want to tuck behind. And I'm trying to think if I want to add another color of flower somewhere. What do you guys think? Do you think some yellow flowers or even think that one I won't tuck under. That one I'll have above or outside of the circle. That one I'll cut out later. Let's see. Do any of these colors, I don't know, with the Coastal Cabana, that might not work. Who knew that I should have had even more colors cut out with my leaves? But that should be fine. Actually, I'll use some of these other leaves I cut. There's even dies that cut out. Yes, this looks much better. Okay, so I'll add these green leaves that I stamped in the watercolor look and the outline of it. There, and this is Granny Apple Green. So we'll add one there, and let's do one more up here even. Then actually, I don't know. Yeah, Chris, you say add more? Why not add more color? A couple yellow ones, maybe? Sure, why not? A rainbow of colors. We'll tuck one under there. I'm just putting mini dimensionals on these here. I'm going to tuck that one under there, but over, layering over the pink flower. So cute, right? And I think I just like it enough to do the same thing with the black. I don't know, this has been a trendy thing for me, but I really love adding the pop of the white craft on the black cardstock because I really think it makes the sentiment pop. So happy together, how is the weather? To add more dimension on the flowers, you could also sponge color around there too. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, isn't that turning out pretty? I love when creations just kind of come together. It's so fun. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was gonna stamp another. I think I'll do birthday because, you know, you do send out more birthday cards than anything really. Here's my birthday. You say it's your birthday. And it's funny, I make all these cards, and to be honest, I don't always get a birthday card for my boys because they don't really care. I feel like I really should make awesome cards for my boys. And is that sad that if I had girls, I might go further out? Because I make cards for my nephews and nieces. But, all right, so happy birthday. I think I'll actually, well, let's see, where's my punch? My tailored punch. Okay, well, can't find my tailored punch, so we're just gonna do a cheating cut to the center and then cut those tabs. Make it a little tag looking birthday there. I'll put a couple little mini dimensionals. I love these mini dimensionals because they so fit on skinny pieces there. Happy birthday. Where do I want a birthday? You wouldn't think that'd be that difficult. Cute. No, after putting the birthday there, I feel like do I add one more thing in there? No. Definitely not that. But do I add another yellow flower? Maybe. Sure. Thank you. Sometimes, you know, these are pretty much bright colors. I know the Magenta Madness is one of the in colors, but when you're choosing some of the color schemes, really, so many colors look good together. You don't have to worry about it too bad. So I just trimmed off the edge of that yellow flower, but I wanted to pop that under the birthday there. Fun! Finito. And if you really wanted to add some ribbon or something, you could add it. Or again, some bling in the center of your flowers. Fun. Add a little sparkle. Awesome. Okay, so that's using dies and the stamps kind of as a background there. Okay, now one more just to show, because I wanted to show with how differently you can make. So I'm going to use, I think I cut out a couple of the leaves in black, yes. And I did stamp a bunch of these in Calypso Coral. So let's do something more like a sympathy card. I don't know how many of those I want to use yet, but when we might be using, that's a little big for that, isn't it? This one was a faint thought in my mind here of a sympathy card, but we'll see where we can go from here. Because I wanted to keep this one a little bit more, you don't want it quite as bright and bold if you're sending a sympathy card. I mean, you guys can send anything to, anyone would love even bright colors. Not that you can do bright colors for any occasion. But what am I trying to say? Okay, I'm going to put this in an embossing folder. This is the magic of the embossing folders. Here's the brick. Love it. So glad they're keeping with the brick. Okay, to me that could be such a cool basic background. Let's see. Maybe in corners there. Well, that one's a red one. Those two are my red. Now, if we do a cluster of these Calypso Coral ones, I stamped off, so some of them are darker and some of them are lighter. This one, if you see, I stamped this one a little bit too close, so it cut off the edge, so I'll just tuck that underneath. Right? And to add a little more depth, because I thought I was going to use these black pieces I cut out, but I'm actually going to stamp black centers in these. So where's my little, there it is. You know, we're just making this up as we go. Let's have fun. Sometimes I feel like Bob, the painter guy who was on PBS with the big hair. Like, let's just create and find what our heart desires. What are we gonna do today? Be creative. Okay, you see how that just even made those flowers pop a little bit more with just adding the black center into it. Very cool. And then I gotta make sure that the right one that got cut off a little bit, that one's gonna get tucked in. Okay, so I know I want my leaves to go that way. So one's gonna be up in the corner there. And it can go off the edge just a little bit because this piece is not as big as the card. I've cut this piece like 3 3/4 by 5. Because I'm thinking I might use some designer paper, we'll see. I don't know yet. Okay. Now if you didn't want it to be quite as flowy, you can add another glue dot further up to one of the leaves. Then you just need to make sure, I'm gonna roll in that glue dot so it's only sticking to the bottom and it won't stick to the top of my card. All right, and then we can start adding dimensionals under here and popping these up. I think I might even go back and add, no, I don't know. Let me find the one that needs to be tucked under there. Okay, so we've got light and dark. Just a cluster of the light and dark here. That was the back of that. And this is the one that got trimmed off, so I need to tuck at least that part of the leaf underneath. There we go. Again, I'm just kind of folding up the outside of the petals so it sticks up a little bit, give it some dimension. Sometimes you might have to put a little sticky note that says, fluff up your flowers after you open it, because they may have become flat in the mail, but fluff them up. Or it gives you reason to say, I will come and visit you and fluff up your flowers for you. So there's just Calypso Coral, but stamped off with black leaves. It gives it a little bit more elegant look. That's what I want to say. It's just more elegant when you keep it more simple. So you could use this even for like a wedding card, but I think I'll use this for like a sympathy or thinking of you. See what designer paper that I have has Calypso Coral. This is some of the ice cream cone designer paper. Just trying to think if I should have another layer of, I think I will cut that. All right, so I've got a thick white cardstock already scored. You like this one too? Yay! I'm so glad. It's always nice to know that you're inspired somehow, even if you don't have this set. I mean, those of you watching I know have plenty of flower sets, so you can use the same colors with a different set. But this one really does have a lot of fun dies that coordinate with it and make it fun to play with. Okay, so I'm putting this piece of designer paper down first just for a pop of some extra color there. And then I'll add the brick on there. Because I've embossed it, I think I will use some dimensionals. I usually just put a few in the corner, so, or one in each corner, and then maybe a couple in the middle if you really want the whole thing to stay popped up. You don't need to use a ton. You don't have to go over on the dimensionals. Peel off there. Then center that. You could make it go, you know, a little crooked or sideways. Sometimes I do that, but I'm not in the mood to do that right now. There, and I'm not sure what sympathy set I'm even going to use yet, but I'll probably, as you guessed it, and maybe you did already, that I'll probably do some kind of sympathy sentiment on black with my white craft again. You could use white embossing powder, but I've told people the Whisper White Craft is for the lazy person's like white embossing powder because it's way less steps. You just ink it up and then wash it off rather than having to think about the Versamark, then the powder, then the heat stick or the heat gun and all the extra steps. So I will add that later and I'll take a picture of it and I'll show it to you guys. But what was the one I was going to, where did all of them go? Oh, here we go. All right, so my deal for the rest of this week here, because if you use the hostess code, I will cut up and give you the pieces for a card like this. Now I can't stamp for you, so I can cut out the leaves and pieces, and I'm not sure what good it would do for me to just cut those out if you wanted to color them or what. Yeah, that's interesting. Because I can't stamp for you. But I will give you pieces. I can cut out stuff, so I will die cut everything for you, and I'll give you white pieces that you could either punch out flowers or cut out your own flowers if you have a different flower set, or if you're getting this stamp set, then you could use the dies on this. So you use your own ink and everything, but I will pre-cut pieces that I can cut for you, and I can emboss for you too. So I'll have that piece embossed. You'll get the designer paper, you'll get the leaves, and you'll get a piece of extra white paper to stamp your own flowers on it if you don't have this stamp set, or you can use the stamp set if you have it, or maybe you're going to order it because of that. Okay, so everyone will get the pieces to make this card if you order at least $30 worth by Saturday using this hostess code. So I will look for anyone who has this hostess code, and you'll get the pieces of that card from me to say thank you, and you can put an extra little card together right away to hopefully inspire you to make something with whatever you ordered. Okay, so my website is thedrewdaily.stampin'up.net. Here's the host code. Make sure to check out those retiring lists because that's what I was showing you before. Some of my favorites that are going to be gone forever. And seriously, I don't know which ones I can let go of. So yeah, this is going to be hard for me this year because a lot of good ones are going. So I hope you enjoyed watching Pretty Perennial, all the fun from beginner. These were my beginner ones that you could stamp without having to use the dies, to even more avid and using your die cutting machine and the embossing folders and all the dies to make some really pretty cards. And I mean, you can't go wrong with whatever colors. Flowers are all colors, right? So seriously, you can probably put any of the colors together and it will look good. So I feel like there's something that was missing that I wanted to tell you, but I am trying to put together a card class soon and very soon that might be for April and May. I'm not even sure yet. I know just the time keeps flying on me, but I want to use up some of the stuff I had ordered for classes, and I just have been so busy. But hopefully by next week I will have that, and also have some things to show you from the new catalog next week. So now to shopping again. Yes, I know. I've still got to use up some of my celebration credit this month because I think it retires at the end of April. So if you are a downline and you did earn some celebration credit, make sure that you do use that, because I think that all of that product credit expires either April 20th or the end of April. I'm not sure. I'll look into that. But so have a wonderful day, guys. Enjoy this beautiful day. I'm going to go make my ham and potato scalloped potatoes and ham dinner that I got my onions for, that I had to run back to the store for, just for those onions. And hopefully it'll be delicious and the boys will love it. So love you guys. Thanks so much for visiting me, and we will see you next week. Have a blessed day. Bye.